Hi everyone, my name is Joe Guzzo, and you're watching Folk Project Television. Before we start today's show, I have a special request for everyone. As we near the holiday season, spanning the weeks between Thanksgiving and New Year's Day, I want to prepare a special music program to lighten one's heart, foster hope and faith in better times, and have some holiday cheer. To do that, I'm asking for our members, performers, both amateur and professional, and anyone else who wishes to share their good thoughts and talents with us. Record a song, traditional, original, or even a cover of one of your favorites. Anything that makes you feel good. And contact me and I'll be happy to help so we can get it on air. Now, time doesn't stand still, as you know. So if you want to do something, let's make it happen. Let's make it happen together. Just reach out to me. You can reach me by joe.guzzo@folkproject.org. That's joe.guzzo@folkproject.org. Now, it's been 16 months since the Folk Project began doing this program. And it's not looking like there's an end in sight. I believe most people will agree with what I'm about to say, but I want to make it very clear that these are my words and not a reflection of anyone else on the Folk Project, or at least no one else that I'm aware of might have the same opinion, but this is my opinion. And one might look at the whole thing as if there's a crazy virus pillaging the villages and cities in our area, and around the world, in fact. Our world leaders are ineffectual at they're trying to balance their selfish needs against the appearance of doing something good, and it doesn't look like it's working. So we even have medicines that could be helping end the pandemic. They're being thrown out instead of being sent to countries that could use them. Now, what does it all mean? I mean, really, what does it all mean? Well, it means that my job is secure for the foreseeable future. Not that I want it to be, but it is. And I admit that I do enjoy putting these shows together for you, so it'd be nice to have that choice, however, to be face-to-face with someone rather than having to do it remotely like we're doing today. Maybe someday we can do that, but certainly not now. So, today's program is going to feature music from the Horses Sing None of It archives. And both acts on the show were recorded back in 2012. And I think you're going to enjoy what you're about to hear. So stick around, listen to the work of the following two groups. Karen Kamenetsky and Friends showcases the talents of Renee Paddock, Clark Paddock, Phil Landis, and of course, Karen Kamenetsky. After that, we have the duet of Caroline Cutroneo and Mara Levine. It's all lovely music worthy of your time, so let's get started. Karen Kamenetsky and Friends features songs composed by Karen. And they get much of their meaning and inspiration from events that shaped Karen's life. The first song, Everyday Matters, is a tribute to Karen's sister Christine, who lost her life to Hodgkin's disease. And Karen said it took her 22 years to get a perfect song to say exactly what she wanted. And her other songs that you'll hear today talk about challenges of life, her dislike of crappy tomatoes, yes, that's true, crappy tomatoes, and getting along with others. In fact, that last song is called Civil Conversation, and it's a perfect counterpoint when one considers the social climate in our country today. So why don't we sit back, listen to Karen and her friends. Ladies and gentlemen, Karen Kamenetsky and Friends.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Memories of our childhood have begun to fade. Still some days I hear your laughter at some silly game we played. And I thought we had our whole lives till we grew old. But God had other plans for you, so I've been told. And there were things I didn't do that I should have. There were things I didn't say that I could have. Now in your memory is a promise I make to you. To live like every day matters. It's easy to forget as the days and the years go by. Things I said I'd always remember, and the reasons why. Said I'd treasure every moment, live every day like there is no tomorrow, 'cause no one can really say. Said I'd mean what I say when I say it. Take every card that I'm dealt and I'll play it. 'Cause I remember there's a way I should live my life. Like every day matters. 'Cause every minute that passes is gone and you never get it back again. You've got to live like you mean it, love like tomorrow may never come. Live like every day matters. Now I've tried to teach my children the things that you taught me. You said we're braver than we know, strong as we need to be. You never get that moment back once you let it go. Now I try every day to live the things I know. I know what's real and what isn't, and I can see what matters and doesn't, and I know there's a way I should live my life. And every day matters, 'cause every minute that passes is gone and you'll never get it back again. You've got to live like you mean it, love like tomorrow may never come. Live like every day matters, like every day matters, like every day matters. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. I woke up this morning and I'm older than I thought I was. I'm older than I ever thought I'd be. I looked in the mirror, I said, is this even possible? I'm looking back at half a century. And I've got fads and I've got sads and I've got wrinkles where they didn't used to be. And I'm not the woman I was when I was 17. And I know some things today that I wish I had known back then, like nobody has perfect hair. You're more than the clothes you wear, and the airbrush, all those photos in the magazines. wrinkles where they did not used to be, and I'm not the woman I was when I was 24. And I know some things today that I wish I had known back then. And from another planet, it's true, they don't want to talk about the feelings with you. And we can't live without them, but they can't live without us more. I woke up this morning and I'm older than I thought I was. I'm older than I ever thought I'd be. I looked in the mirror, I said, are you even kidding me? I look like I've been alive for half a century. And I've got bags and I've got sags and I've got wrinkles where they did not used to be, and I'm not the woman I was when I was 39. And I know some things today that I wish I had known back then, like it's not over when you find that first gray hair. You can refuse to act your age if you dare, 'cause you're as old as you feel, not in your bones, but in your heart and your mind. I've got bags and I've got sags and I've got wrinkles where they did not used to be, and I'm not the woman I was when I was 45. And I know some things today that I wish I had known back then, like life doesn't always go the way you plan. Time slips through your fingers like sand, and you should do one thing that you love every day you're alive. And I'm gonna do one thing that I love every day I'm alive. Yes, I'm gonna do one thing that I love every day I'm alive. 1, 2, 3, 4. My tomato doesn't have a first name, so I decided to call him Tom. I saw him sitting in the grocery store. I said, Tom, where are you from? He said, it's January. Did you think I grew outside in New Jersey? I was doing just fine in California till they ripped me from the vine too early. I said, Tom, I think we have a problem, 'cause I want my tomatoes to come from New Jersey. I want them to ripen on the vine. I want to get them at the farm stand the day they bring the harvest in. I don't want to eat any other kind. And Tom said, I spent the last 5 days in the back of a truck with a flight of strawberries and a case of romaine, just so you could pretend that the seasons don't exist, which, by the way, I think is insane. He said, it's January, why don't you eat a rutabaga or a red potato? I was bred to store and ship, so I'm nearly pale and tasteless. I'm no Ramapo. I said, Tom, I have to agree, because I want my tomatoes to come from New Jersey. I want them to ripen on the vine. I want to get them at the farm stand the day they bring the harvest in. I don't want to eat any other kind. And Tom said, you knew this day was coming and you could have been prepared. It's not that hard to do. There are many ways to preserve a tomato, canning and freezing and drying, just to name a few. And then in January, you can take a jar down off the shelf and break the seal. Pull some roasted aromas out of the freezer, have some dried tomatoes at every meal. I said, Tom, I have to agree because I want my tomatoes to come from New Jersey. I want them to ripen on the vine. I want to get them at the farm stand the day they bring the harvest in. I don't want to eat any other kind. Any other kind. Other kind. Thank you very much. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just a second, give me a second. Just like Tom Paxton, I've been around this land. What I see frankly terrifies me. I just don't understand how we went from disagreement to violence and rage. We let talk show hosts convince us we can never be on the same page. People calling themselves patriots, I'm talking about revolution. Well, this is my country too, and I say we find a better solution. So take a step towards the middle from the left or the right. Let's have a civil conversation about what you and I can do, whether we're red or we're blue, to make the difference in this great nation. For hundreds of years, we've got children going hungry, bridges that are falling down, people without homes, people losing their jobs in every city and every town. Now instead of blaming those who do not vote the way you do, why don't you stop, take a look around, see if you can rebuild a bridge or two. One nation, indivisible, torn apart, we're not as strong. How can we ever defeat our enemies if we can't even get along? So take a step towards the middle from the left or the right. Let's have a civil conversation about what you and I can do, whether we're red or we're blue, to make a difference in this great nation. Well, you don't have to agree with the government, you don't have to agree with me. You have the right to your own opinion, that's why we call it a democracy. Sometimes it's hard to find a common ground when all we see is red and blue, but I suspect you want some of the same things that I do. I want a safe place to raise my children, a chance to do some good my heart each time I see that flag unfurled. So take a step towards the middle, from the left or the right. Let's have a civil conversation about what you and I can do, whether we're red or we're blue, to make the difference in this great nation. For hundreds of years there's democracy, and then you can become everyone. No, it's not perfect yet, but it's the greatest experiment ever begun. Fight for what you believe in with your vote and with your voice. Don't let anyone convince you that hate is the only choice. Let's work till all of us feel pride every time that flag's unfurled. Like Gandhi said, we need to be the change we want to happen in this world. So take a step towards the middle, from the left or the right. Let's have a civil conversation about what you and I can do, whether we're red or we're blue, to make a difference in this great nation. About what you and I can do, whether we're red or we're blue, to make a difference in this great nation. Thank you.
Well, I think you'll agree that I was spot on when I said Karen's lyrics fit the times perfectly. Now, Karen's dealing with some health issues stemming from rheumatoid arthritis, but she's still writing songs. And I know if you probably want to join me in saying this, we hope she writes these songs for many, many more years. Now, the next act is going to feature the music of Caroline Cutroneo. She's accompanied by Mara Levine. And like many artists, Caroline gets her inspiration and her lyrics and a lot of everything that you're going to hear from life itself. And the 4 songs you're about to focus on feature many aspects of personal growth and reflection. So why don't we sit back and enjoy the harmonies and lyrical journey woven for us by these 2 talented women. Ladies and gentlemen, Caroline Cutroneo and Mara Levine.
When love holds on and pain holds back, where do we go from here? When your heart is twisted like a cloth that's tightly wound, where do we go from here? When you take all the rivers that flow to the sea, when the sky cries all its tears till the road is clean and free, tell me that's where you'll be. I hope to meet you standing on that road with a smile from a heart freed from its heavy load. When all the laughter has laughed itself to sleep, where do we go from here? When silence rules the night and the stars hang bright and deep, where do we go from here? Crickets call and far away I hear the highway moan. Everyone a nighttime rambler looking for a home. So to me it seems everywhere I turn you're in my dreams. Crickets call and far away I hear the highway moan. Everyone a nighttime rambler looking for a home. Or so to me it seems. Never mind, everywhere I turn you're in my dreams. Falling rain on my window pane. Falling rain on my window pane. There's a tapping on my dusty window. Could it be the lover in my dreams? Or is it those clever little raindrops that are haunting me? Oh, it's the falling rain on my window pane. Oh, falling rain on my window pane. Is it you who's been gone for all these years? Your whispers echo round my ears. Gone for good or bad? Have I wasted all these tears? And they're now just falling rain on my window pane. Falling rain on my window pane. Should I welcome you back and every moment we spent when we laughed and cried and took our time and I borrowed the love you lent? Or would I not want you anymore, 'cause you washed up on my shore, turn you from my door to face the falling rain on my window pane. Falling rain on my window pane. My heart's now lightly skipping a beat, and the sunshine has turned up the heat. But in the lazy river of my memories, I see you coming round to me, calling my name in the falling rain on my window pane. falling rain on my window pane. Thank you so much. Little sparrow on the ground, nobody can see you hopping round except me, waiting for the train again. Sparrow birds and shadow men whistle free, whistle free. Somehow you're alive, I don't know how. Somehow you survive. Little sparrow, for they all pray, when you fly, please show the way to the sky, to the sky. Dusty wings and feathers fly, your eyes catch the sparkle of the sun in the sky, in the sky. You have somewhere where you go at night, and in the dawn you stretch your wings and fly. You know how I can see you, whoa, you know how. You're free now, and you know how. Little sparrow. Don't leave on that train. You know you're not the one to blame, and I'd love to have you back again. Don't leave on that 310 train. Taking all the roads that we never meant to take, saying all the things that we never meant to say. It cuts a path of loneliness in the early morning rain. Don't leave on that 310 train. place to stay. If you decide to go away, I'll dream of you laughing, 'cause they're all the same. If you decide to go away, will your thoughts turn towards home as the train tears us apart? Will you come back when the rose blooms and rest your aching heart? Miles away, my thoughts they roam till I'm standing by your side. Don't leave on that 3:10 train.
I found some of the words evocative and worthy of reflection on events that have happened in my life. And I suppose that's all one can hope for from a song. Now that's all for today's show, my friends. It was a pleasure bringing this music to you, and I'm looking forward to a future interview with Severin Brown. So look for that program coming up. I also still have a commitment with Victoria Vox. Yes, I know I promised you this months ago, but things have not worked out well for her time-wise, so we're still working on that interview to happen. And at the very least, even if I can't get something on air in the next 2 weeks, we could certainly give you more music from the Horses Sing None of It archives. And those shows span many, many years, decades in fact. So look for our next show to air in 2 weeks on September 26th. Until then, please do whatever it takes to stay safe. Until our next show, enjoy the music whenever and wherever you can. Remember to keep peace in your heart. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Have a nice day. Bye.